If you're after a gaming laptop but you don't need anything that can be taken around sort of every day with you, the Acer Predator 15 G9 is actually a pretty awesome laptop and might be the one for you, although there are some kind of determining features you might want to hear about. Check out TechteamGB.co.uk for more awesome news, reviews and other stuff, including more information on this product and many more. Stick around for this awesome video. So starting off with the clamshell sort of top design, as you can see it does actually have LED illumination on the sort of fin type things as well as the main Predator logo. Now the I/O is comprised of a Kingston Lock Gigabit LAN full-size DisplayPort as well as HDMI, 2 USB 3 ports and a USB Type-C/Thunderbolt 3 ports, which is quite nice. In terms of thickness, this laptop is 40mm thick, so it's really not something that can, slip in the side of your bag and you wouldn't notice it. It's also rather heavy as well. On the left hand side, you've got power in as well as 2 more USB 3 ports, audio jacks as well as SD card reader and a DVD drive, which, as if you've watched a review from me in the past, I'm not a huge fan of. They do come with this frost core thingamajig, which is basically a fan in the size of an optical drive, and I'll tell you more later, but basically it's not very effective. The main reason for that is that, as you can see inside, there is nowhere for the air to go. The idea is that it pulls in air from the outside and pushes it in to cool everything down, but as you can see there's just no place for it to go there. In terms of upgradability, if you take 2 screws off and pull this panel off, you can see the hard drive, the included 120GB M.2 drive, as well as the space for the extra 2 SODIMM RAM slots and an extra M.2 slot as well if you like. And in terms of specs, this model, at least the one I have, has an i7 6700 HQ, 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, a GTX 970M, and a 128GB SSD and a 1TB hard drive. In terms of the screen, it's actually really nice looking. It's just 1080p, it's 15 inches, but nonetheless the viewing angles are actually really nice, especially from above and below, which is really nice. Obviously sitting at a laptop you can easily adjust it, but nonetheless it's nice to have those angles, and color reproduction is pretty nice too. In terms of the keyboard, the actual typing experience was one of the best I've ever had on a laptop. Unfortunately the touchpad was pretty jumpy and it wasn't really all that fantastic, but the kind of redeeming feature is that you do have a button that turns off the trackpad and the Windows key very easily. It's actually really nice. Also, you do have the sort of quick button at the top, quick profile buttons at the top as well. You also have the Predator Sense app, which comes pre-installed and allows you to change what the Predator sort of Sense buttons do, as well as change the lighting. You have 4 zones, as well as sort of custom areas for the arrow keys. Now, just to talk about the frost core, these are the temperatures with and without, and as you can see, the frost core actually seem to add a decent amount of temperature to both the CPU and the GPU, so yeah. So for me, this laptop's quite interesting. Now obviously my personal favourite is the MSI GS60. It's actually quite thinner, lighter, quieter, and has the same temperatures and battery life, which, considering this one is a lot thicker, I was expecting better temperatures, lower noise, and a better battery life. Unfortunately that really wasn't the case. This thing is very loud. As said, it's not really the sort of portable type of laptop. It's not something that I would recommend carrying around every day, and because of the noise I wouldn't recommend this to anyone who's like a university student who wants to take notes on it in lectures and stuff. This is definitely more for someone who wants to sit at a desk and game, and then occasionally move it to a slightly different desk and game, because that's what this kind of style is for. In terms of temperatures, that's actually another thing, especially with that frost core, which, as I kind of said, doesn't really do all that much. In terms of actually testing it, I didn't see much of a performance or temperature difference there either, so that is something to note. Also, my kind of point with the frost core being a DVD drive thing is that I don't like DVD drives, or at least especially on laptops. If it's in a desktop system, I don't mind as much because space is a lot less of a premium there, but in a laptop, when you have, that extra, like, it's a pretty decent amount of space that you could put extra cooling, batteries, SSDs, you could beef out the motherboard so that you could put on a GTX 980 type chip, like all that sort of stuff is available if you remove that option, and for me that'd be preferable to a DVD drive, especially considering the small minority of people who use them could easily pick up an external USB one for like 10 quid, and you know, that kind of caters to everyone then. But nonetheless, it is still a pretty nice laptop. The build quality is good, and the keyboard is actually one of the best typing experiences I've had on a laptop. The screen is actually really nice as well, and while the trackpad isn't all that great for me, the turn the trackpad off button that is very visible with obviously the LED is actually really nice and a nice option, and the I/O is pretty good on this, despite the power brick obviously being kind of big, as you kind of expect with this sort of laptop. Nonetheless, the price also reflects this, so that's actually pretty awesome. And yeah, in terms of scoring, I'm going to go for a 4 for value for money. 5 for performance, because it's actually a decent laptop in terms of gaming and stuff, and actually it's pretty good for Premiere Pro, After Effects, Photoshop type stuff as well. In terms of functionality, I'm actually going to go with a 3 because it's quite loud, heavy, and all the other stuff that I've already mentioned. And in terms of styling, I'm actually going to go for a 5 because I really do like the look of it. Obviously the LED accents everywhere is really nice, and yeah, TechteamGB score, I think I'm going to go for a 4. It's going to get the silver award because while this isn't the perfect laptop, and as I've stated, there are quite a few things that I would like to see improved in the kind of next generation, it is still a pretty nice laptop, and if you're the sort of person who wants to kind of move from desk to desk with a gaming device, then this is a pretty good shout overall, if you don't mind the noise. So yeah, I guess that's kind of it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're going to pick this up, or really anything else on Amazon, it'd be awesome if you could use my affiliate link. It doesn't have to be techie stuff, but if you're buying something on Amazon and you enjoy the videos I make, if you could click the link, that genuinely helps me out, and that'd be awesome. If you don't buy stuff on Amazon, then feel free to just subscribe and share the video, as that really does help me as well. Obviously more subscribers and stuff is always good. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you found it useful, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.